Sometimes the most elusive anomaly in this world is true love. The endless carousel of blind dates, the hours of fruitless swiping on a variety of dating apps, and the cringe-inducing awkwardness of bar hopping can sometimes be all too much to bear. But don't give up just yet. If modern dating's got you down, then we've got the perfect show for you. It's time for some matchmaking merriment the likes of which the world has never seen. So sit back, relax, and get ready to fall in love. Live from the SCP Foundation, it's the SCP Dating Game! We've assembled the Foundation's most eligible bachelors, bachelorettes, and entities of indeterminate gender who are ready to secure, contain, and protect your heart. Without further ado, let's get right to it and meet our first fabulous contestant. Meet SCP-096. If you like the introverted type, then this bachelor might just be for you. He prefers to keep to himself and spends most of his time hiding his face and crying uncontrollably in the corner of his cell. Isn't it refreshing to find a guy who's so in touch with his emotions? It might take some work to get him out of his shell, but if you're patient and kind, then you'll be surprised at what he's capable of. 096 enjoys long walks through the remote mountains, sad movies, and being appreciated for what's on the inside rather than what he looks like. Just make sure you honor his boundaries. And never, ever look at his face. And you could be the companion this shy guy is looking for. But maybe you're looking for someone more talkative, the kind of person who commands the room at a dinner party with an amazing story. If your idea of the perfect partner is someone who has lived a wild, fascinating, dangerous life, then you'll love our next dashing contestant. He's SCP-1867. But you can call him Lord Theodore Thomas Blackwood. That's right. Not only is he charming and bold, but he has a title, too. Don't be fooled by the fact that he's a tiny sea slug. Lord Blackwood is a master adventurer and hunter, and has faced some of the most incredible and deadly things this world has to offer. All he wants is someone to share them with. If you're ready to travel across the globe with a gentleman slug, then get ready to pack a bag and set off on life's great adventure together. Maybe you prefer your experiences to be more digital. No jet setting for you, you'd rather stay home and flirt through your phone. If you're into the technological side of love but are looking for an alternative to the dreaded dating apps, then this next contestant could be the one for you. All you have to do to meet them is download one free app, Mallow ver 1.0.0, and you get to meet SCP-1471. This is one attentive partner. They'll text you every few hours, and you'll get to see them everywhere, even when they're not really there. If you're feeling a bit put off by their skull face and shadowy body, maybe you should work on being a little less shallow. Don't judge a book by its cover. They just really want to check in and see how you're doing, and make sure you never ever feel lonely. But hey, maybe that's all a little too much darkness for you. Maybe you're looking for someone sweeter. Meet SCP-2396, also known as Miss Sweetie. She's a lovely lady who's all about appreciating the bright side of life, even when things get sour. If you get hungry while on a date with her, good news! She can spontaneously generate her own hard candy. No more paying through the nose for movie theater concessions. Your date's got the snacks covered. Now, be advised, she's not the fondest of men, so the fellows out there might want to steer clear. But everyone else should try and see just how sweet life together can be. Are you feeling lovesick and starting to think there might not be a cure? Then you might need a doctor. A plague doctor, to be exact. Our next eligible anomaly is SCP-049, and not only does he have an impressive career, I mean, come on, he's a doctor, but he's also a big believer in working toward the greater good. This dapper, refined Frenchman, so you know he's a natural romantic, believes in healing the world, taking care of others, and making sure everyone is feeling well. If you're looking for someone to heal your heart, look no further. This beaked bachelor has got the magic touch. Speaking of impressive resumes, if a doctor isn't enough for you, then how about a king? That's right, the Scarlet King himself is our next contestant. This hunk of burning hatred is tall, dark, and unknowable by our tiny mortal minds. If you're attracted to power, influence, and unbridled evil, and don't mind he's got a few children already, then you can take the throne by his side and reign over chaos together. Some people look for a partner that's powerful and intimidating, but others prefer an everyman. SCP-507 is a friendly, average guy who just so happens to be extremely well-traveled. We're not talking about a semester abroad in Europe. This guy's travel history is completely out of this world. He's not afraid to be spontaneous. In fact, he can't stop himself from taking a trip at a moment's notice. So if you're the kind of person who's always looking for your next weird, wild, exotic getaway, then 507 might just be your perfect match. You've got to be willing to roll with some weirdness though, because some of the trips 507 takes include extreme temperatures, bizarre landscapes, and an ominous smiling man. But think of the memories you'll share that will only bring you and your dimension-hopping beau even closer together. Would you take a walk on the wild side? If so, you're in luck, because our next bachelorette, SCP-953, is a real fox. No, seriously, she's a fox. She's highly adaptable, capable of shapeshifting, and she loves to cook. Her favorite dish is liver, though she prefers to eat it raw. She's an elegant, charismatic lady with an appreciation for the finer things in life, like plum wine. So why not join her for a drink and just see where it goes? Just be polite, don't call her a kitsune, and make sure your date isn't anywhere near a dog park. This next eligible bachelorette is a great fit for anyone who doesn't place a high value on looks. That's not to say she's unattractive, but you won't be able to look at her. It's SCP-347 or Claudia, and she just so happens to be completely invisible. Claudia has a great sense of humor, a love of pranks, and a variety of talents including lockpicking. With her talent for theft, you won't have to worry about being the sole breadwinner. She's a great gal to come home to if you're sick of spending time alone in an empty apartment, but still want your apartment to look like it's empty. Just make sure you give any house guests a heads up before they come over that your house isn't haunted. You just have an invisible girlfriend. Do you like an older man? How about a man as old as the universe itself? Great news, here comes SCP-343, also known as God. This good-natured silver fox is massively powerful and apparently omnipotent. He knows absolutely everything about everything. You wouldn't be able to keep any secrets from him, but think of how you'd wipe the floor with everyone at bar trivia. And up next, we have SCP-2430, the immortal Hitler clone. Haha, just kidding. Can you even imagine? Even we wouldn't stoop that low. Moving on. Do you like the bad boy type? A misanthrope? Someone you can bond with over your shared hatred of, well, everything? You sound like kind of a bummer, to be honest, but there's an SCP match that suits you perfectly. SCP-682 would absolutely love to hate with you. This massive, extremely intelligent reptile is one rude dude with a bad attitude. 682 is also ready for anything that life could throw at it, capable of adapting to any situation. Sure, this creature wants to destroy every living thing in its path and seems unwilling to stop until the entire world has been eradicated, but come on, you can change him. If you're into Boston accents, then pay close attention to our next entry. SCP-527, a fancy little gentleman by the name of Mr. Fish. Why is he called Mr. Fish? I mean, come on, look at him. He's a guy with a fish head. He can't breathe underwater or talk to other fish or do anything unusual at all, really. He's just a guy from Boston looking for love. He just so happens to have the head of a fish with a teeny tiny little top hat. He's ready for any formal occasion you might need someone to accompany you to. A wedding, the opera, your nephew's bar mitzvah. But hey, if he's not your pick, there are plenty of fish in the sea. Haha, that joke was terrible. Speaking of sea, our next contestant is one tall drink of water. SCP-054, the Water Nymph, is a shape-shifting creature made up entirely of ordinary water that just so happens to take on the shape of a humanoid woman. She'd love to go swimming with you, have a fun day at a water park, or play a game of shape-shifting charades. If this sounds like a wave you'd like to catch, throw on a swimsuit and get ready to dive into a future with SCP-054. Your body is mostly water, so you two already have a lot in common. It's really important to have shared interests in a romantic partnership. And if you consider yourself a foodie, then this next contestant is for you. Meet SCP-082, Ferdinand. Hailing from France, ooh la la. Ferdinand speaks fluent French and English. He's always smiling the same enormous smile, no matter what life throws at him. He's tall too, standing at approximately 8 feet and weighing around 700 pounds. There's just so much of him to love. This guy loves to cook just as much as he loves to eat, though he's probably not a great fit for a vegetarian. He loves his meat. He also has a passion for fashion and culture, enjoying fine clothing, television and films, novels, and singing classical music. This is a man with exceptional taste and a hunger for all of the finest things in life. If refined gentleman interests you, but you're not sure about someone with such a voracious appetite, then this next contestant is more your speed, especially if you're a bit of an Anglophile. Mr. Deeds can be summoned via SCP-662 or the Butler's Handbell. If you ring it, he'll appear, ready to attend to your every need. A proper English butler, Mr. Deeds is a generous partner intent on keeping others satisfied. He's an especially good fit for someone busy who needs a little help around the house. Mr. Deeds is the perfect house husband, ready to greet you at the door with a hot meal and listen to you talk about your long day at the office. Just don't be afraid to ask for what you need from him. He can't help you if you don't ask. The next contestant with us today has got some killer hair. SCP-352 Baba Yaga has so much going for her. She's got maturity, knowledge, superhuman healing abilities, and a bite that causes the nervous system to shut down. Her hobbies include cannibalism, long strolls through the enchanted forest, and crafting web-like traps out of her hair. She's lived long enough to know exactly what she wants, and maybe what she wants is you. If you happen to speak Old Russian and have a taste for human flesh, then the two of you can play house together in a lovely forest cottage on top of some chicken legs and abduct any unwitting travelers that wander into your midst. You know what they say, the couple that prays together stays together. If you love an older paramour, but you're looking for someone with a bit more masculine energy, then our next bachelor is the perfect pick. SCP-106, or the Old Man, has traveled all the way from his pocket dimension lair to hunt for one thing: someone to love. Now, his appearance might be startling at first, but if you give him a chance to get close to you, he's guaranteed to melt your heart. This next fellow has taken some time off from his busy professional life to come here and compete for someone special to call his own. He's a career man, dedicated to his job, but he's also got room in his life for romance. It's SCP-1879, the Indoor Salesman. He's an ambitious guy with a passion for sales, and doesn't like to take no for an answer. His hobbies include sales, and more sales, in addition to appearing inside your home when you least expect it, driving a hard bargain, and smooth talk. He's a slick charmer who's promising the deal of a lifetime on a one-of-a-kind product: his heart. Maybe you don't want a businessman. Maybe you want a guy whose career is a bit more whimsical. Someone with an artistic side, a sense of humor, or someone who can clown around from time to time. Well, you ought to meet SCP-2094 Motormouth. He's a multi-talented guy, skilled at juggling, gymnastics, and acrobatics, and stretching his lower jaw up to 2 meters in any direction to engulf just about any item. Never pay for storage space again. Motormouth can store anything you need him to in his extra-dimensional second stomach. You'll never be bored again, that's a guarantee. Now, if looks are more important to you than personality, like way more important, then feast your eyes on our next competitor. It's SCP-056, a beautiful person. What's her type? Tall, short, blonde, brunette, redhead, beard, or shaven? Ha! Doesn't matter. No matter what you like, 056 will change its shape to become appealing to you. No one knows what this entity's original form looks like, but it's always gorgeous and it always looks like the most appealing person an observer can imagine. Talk about knowing how to read the room. If you have a more dominant personality, then you should keep looking, because this entity likes its partners on the submissive side. It knows that it's superior to you and wants to make sure you know it too. But if you're looking for someone gorgeous to worship and don't mind them being rude all the time and knowing more than you do about everything, then you and 056 can make a life together filled with beauty and disdain. For our next contestant, let's see what's behind door number 3. It's SCP-303. Actually, this contestant is behind every door, anywhere. No matter where you are, if there's a door, it will appear on the other side. You'll know when it's there, just listen for the sound of its wheezing breathing. That sound means you're not alone, and you'll never have to be again. Don't be nervous, SCP-303 is more afraid of you than you are of it. Love is all about facing your fears. So open up the door to your heart and let SCP-030 come inside. Our next eligible bachelor is a little bit prickly on the outside, but he's got a soft heart beneath that spiky exterior. It's SCP-2800 Cactus Man. here to save the day and sweep you off your feet. His real name is Daniel McIntyre, and yes, he is Scottish. Not only does he have the DNA of a saguaro cactus and the ability to grow spines all over his body, he also has a super cute accent. He's able to conserve water as well, using only a third of the water a normal human being would use, so he's an ideal partner for the particularly environmentally conscious. He may be hot, but his body tolerates extreme temperatures and keeps him from overheating or becoming dehydrated. If you have to be stranded on a desert island, this is the man you'd want with you. This next contestant is a real doll. SCP-136 loves to laugh, loves attention, and is full of surprises. Give her a chance and she's guaranteed to get your heart rate up. Good news, she's already behind you. Oh wow, that is a special surprise. We have with us here the host of another classic show, Laugh is Fun, also known as SCP-2030. Laffy McLafferson here is a real goofball, just a silly little prankster who enjoys playing jokes, watching inanimate objects eat people alive, and making people laugh. Laugh, 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 laugh! Sorry, I don't know what came over me there. I wasn't really myself. But don't look away yet. This contestant loves constant eye contact and wants to keep your undivided attention. SCP-173 is a living work of art, a sculpture to be exact, that can only move when it's not being observed. So as long as you're keeping an eye on 173, you'll never lose it. Up next is a bit of a local celebrity around these parts, Dr. Bright. His consciousness lives inside of an amulet, and after years of trauma, he's not the best at opening up to people. But if you're okay with an emotionally long-distance relationship, you can definitely make things work. Our final contestant is looking for someone who loves to laugh, have fun, and get silly once in a while. Here comes the Tickle Monster! It's SCP-999. This gelatinous gem wants nothing more than to cheer you up, give you a big hug, and make sure you're having a wonderful day. 999 has a world of love to share, and simply coming into contact with its slimy surface is enough to make you smile. Not only does 999 help people feel better, but it also smells good to everyone who meets it, bringing a comforting aroma to your shared home. You don't have to worry about cooking for it either, as its diet consists entirely of candy. Every day is a new chance to laugh and play with SCP-999 if it tickles your fancy. And heck, if you're eager to hang out with SCP-999 that you don't even want to wait for a date, you can always go to scpswag.com and get yourself a high-quality SCP-999 plushie. Just saying. So, who's your lucky date going to be? Do you want to play it safe or take a walk on the wild side? Take a weekend trip with SCP-507? Or try to convince SCP-682 that you're the only human out there who isn't disgusting? Let us know your pick in the comments below, and let your love story finally begin. And then go check out SCP-2521 Redacted and Info Hazard SCPs Explained, and SCP-999 Tickle Monster versus the most evil SCPs for more of our delightful and terrifying SCP compilations.